Hey guys, welcome to the week here at the Nookie course. Today we're going to do an Overhook armbar from the close guard that we've been working recently or the past weeks. So here, just the same setup that we've been doing, swimming on the inside, catching the arm, and I'm working myself to the outside, right? Now, making sure I have the distance that I need, my feet are on his hips. I'm always going to be pinching at least with the top knee here, pushing him down so I can break his posture at least somewhat, right? Now, we've been talking about if this thumb points down, now he's kind of making himself vulnerable for the omoplata. If he starts pointing this one totally up and his elbow down, we do have the mirror lock here as well. But in this scenario, he's kind of still working with the thumb straight down towards my ribs, and I can start working in for like a rolling armbar, right? Usually I will start applying somewhat pressure with like an armbar pressure with my thigh here already. But you can start holding on to cupping his arm and you can start rolling as we're gonna go here, okay? So I wanna maintain his wrist under my armpit the whole time because it's really some extra pressure there. But in that sense, you have to be careful with your partners when you're gonna practice this as well, right? Now, what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to bring myself up on my elbow. The way I do this, I don't try to roll forward on my elbow. I try to bring my elbow down to my ribs so I can start going with my forehead to the floor. So like this, okay? As soon as I have my elbow underneath me, you'll see I can start bringing my knee to the floor here underneath him, okay? And at the same time, I'm always making sure my hips are not too far away from his shoulders. So I try to keep him tight to me, especially nogi, slippery stuff. You have to be tight enough. You have to squeeze a little bit all the time, okay? Now the top leg here that was applying pressure is just kind of sliding over and under his shoulder here, okay? So I want to bring it all the way here. And as I'm going over here, you'll see I'm bringing this underneath his shoulder. So now I'm creating this rotation where I even can use my foot to kick his head or push his head nicely and make him want to turn over to the side and then coming into the armbar position, right? The nice thing here is I already have his arm trapped underneath my armpit, which is great. And all I need to do here is get this leg over his head, and now I can start putting pressure backwards, right? If the arm slips out, obviously we're going to be working the same as normal arm bars with grabbing the wrist and bringing the other hand on top. But let's go from the beginning. Boom, boom. So we swim, catch it, and I start going out here. So again, he needs to be kind of pointing his thumb there towards my ribs. That's when I feel like this is going to be a good one, okay? Now, watch how I angle myself slightly away from him, because if I'm too crunched up, it's going to be really hard for me to roll, but also now when I go here, I'm in line with his arm, right? So I want to kind of think like 90 degrees away from his torso, basically, okay? Keep this arm tight and watch, bring this elbow under here, rolling. And now as we're coming over to this side, you'll see I'm also twisting my hips. Let's go a little bit back. So it's going to be hard for me to throw this leg over if my hips are angled towards his head, right? So a little bit back. So what I will try to do is turn towards his legs here. Now I could throw this leg over, or in a scenario, let's say he starts coming up towards me, I have a very good solid position to start working a triangle, right? So it kind of sets up nicely. Worst case scenario, if he tries to push this over his head or do something, then I might lock this configuration instead, right? One last time. Swim it here. And there we go. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe. See you guys next time.